Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I've got a story that's just wild. It's one of those situations where you think things can't get any crazier, and then life says, hold my beer. It all started on what I thought was a normal Tuesday. I came home from work a little early, planning to surprise my wife, Sarah, with her favorite takeout. But the surprise was on me. When I walked in, I found her with another man. Right there, in our living room. The shock was like a physical blow. I couldn't even speak. I just dropped the food, turned around, and walked out. The days that followed were a blur of anger, sadness, and complete disbelief. We'd been married for 5 years, built a life together. Or so I thought. The confrontation was ugly. She wasn't even sorry. She said she felt stifled and that she'd been unhappy for a while. Instead of trying to fix things, she packed her bags and left me for him. Just like that. The divorce was quick and brutal. She took half of everything, and I was left in our empty house, surrounded by ghosts of a life that was now a lie. I felt like the biggest fool on the planet. My world had completely imploded. For weeks, I was just going through the motions. Work, home, sleep, repeat. I wasn't eating. I wasn't talking to anyone. My friends tried to reach out, but I just pushed them away. I was stewing in my own misery, replaying every moment, wondering what I did wrong. Then, one evening, I got a text from a number I didn't recognize. It was from Chloe, Sarah's cousin. I was surprised. Chloe and I were always friendly at family gatherings, but we weren't close. She said she heard what happened, and that she was so sorry for how Sarah had treated me. She said Sarah had lost her mind, and that I didn't deserve any of it. Honestly, it was the first time someone from her side of the family had acknowledged how messed up the situation was. It felt nice. Validating, you know? Chloe asked if she could stop by with some coffee, just to check on me. I was hesitant, but I was also desperately lonely. I agreed. When she arrived, she was just so kind. She listened as I vented, she didn't make excuses for her cousin, and she just let me be a wreck. She even brought over a homemade lasagna, telling me I needed to eat. Over the next couple of weeks, this became a regular thing. She'd text, we'd talk, and she'd come over to make sure I wasn't just wasting away. I started to feel human again. Chloe was funny, smart, and incredibly easy to talk to. We discovered we had a ton in common: a love for old sci-fi movies, hiking, the same terrible taste in music. I was starting to laugh again. I was starting to look forward to her visits. I genuinely thought I had found a real friend in the rubble of my old life. I was still heartbroken over the divorce, but Chloe was like a tiny pinprick of light in a very dark tunnel. I was grateful for her. I thought her kindness was just that, kindness. A decent person being there for someone going through a tough time. I couldn't have been more wrong. One night, we were watching a movie on my couch, one of those cheesy 80s action flicks we both loved. We were laughing at the terrible one-liners, and it was the most normal I'd felt in months. Then, during a quiet moment, the mood shifted. Chloe turned to me, her expression serious. She told me she'd always thought Sarah didn't appreciate me. She said she'd always seen how good of a man I was, and that she'd always had a crush on me. I was completely stunned. I literally had no words. I just sat there, staring at her, my mind racing. This was Sarah's cousin. The cousin who had been my shoulder to cry on. Before I could even process what she'd said, she leaned in and tried to kiss me. I instinctively pulled back. It felt so wrong on so many levels. Chloe, what are you doing? I asked, completely bewildered. She looked hurt. She said she thought we had a connection, that she was trying to comfort me and show me what a real relationship could be like. I had to be blunt. I told her I saw her as a friend, a really good friend who helped me through a nightmare, but that was it. I was nowhere near ready to date anyone, and even if I were, it couldn't be her. The family connection was just too complicated, and frankly, it felt like a betrayal of her own cousin. No matter what Sarah had done, she didn't take it well, at all. She got angry, accusing me of leading her on. She stormed out of my house, and I was left sitting there, more confused than ever. It felt like my life was a soap opera. The next day, my phone blew up. It was Sarah, my ex-wife. She was screaming, absolutely furious. Apparently, Chloe had called her, crying, and told her a completely twisted version of the story. She told Sarah that I had been the one pursuing her, that I tried to take advantage of her kindness, and that I was trying to get back at Sarah by going after her family. I was speechless. The nerve of both of them. I tried to explain, but Sarah wouldn't listen. She called me every name in the book, accusing me of being a disgusting, vindictive person, and that's when it clicked for me. I just started laughing. It was a genuine, gut-busting laugh. Here was my cheating ex-wife, who blew up our marriage without a second thought, now furious and jealous over the idea of me being with her cousin, something I never even wanted in the first place. The hypocrisy was just astounding. She didn't want me, but the thought of someone else in her family wanting me drove her insane. That's when I truly understood the meaning of karma. Sarah's own toxic family drama was now coming back to bite her. The mess she created by cheating had spiraled and was now creating chaos in her own relationships. She destroyed our life for her own selfish reasons, and now her world was being shaken up by the fallout. And you know what? After all the pain she put me through, seeing her so angry over something so ridiculous, it was strangely satisfying. It was the moment I realized I was finally going to be okay. Her anger had no power over me anymore. I hung up the phone, blocked both of their numbers, and for the first time in a long time I felt free. I was finally ready to move on and build a new life for myself, far away from their drama. So that's the story. It's a crazy reminder that sometimes you just have to sit back and let the universe handle things. Thanks for listening to my insane tale. If you've ever had a wild karma moment, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories. See you in the next one.